Hi guys, this is Abi from Gokce Design. Once you have your image pulled up, the first thing I want you to do is to duplicate the layer. Now I'm going to click on the horizontal type tool and add some text to my image. Let's add a drop shadow as well. So click on the text layer, click on FX, and then select drop shadow. Make sure to keep the spread and size values under 20 because we're going to manipulate those values once the shadow is on the grass. Next, we're going to separate out the drop shadow in its own layer. So the way you do that is right click on drop shadow and then click on create layer. If you get a warning pop-up, you can click OK. With the drop shadow layer selected, click on edit, transform, and then hit distort. Now use the top center point to drag the shadow on the grass. Also adjust the shadow so it's in line with the sun's angle and it aligns nicely with the bottom of the text. Flare out the edges a bit as well so the shadow looks a little bit bigger than the original text. Now we're going to apply some blur to the shadow. So right click on the shadow layer, convert to smart object, then click on filter, blur, and then hit Gaussian blur. For radius value, I'm going to pick something closer to 20 for this image, then click OK. Notice the blur was applied evenly to the drop shadow. To make the shadow more realistic, I'm going to apply a gradient so the blur gets gradually pronounced towards the outer edges. So click on add a layer mask and then select the gradient tool. From the drop-down, select black, white. Now I'm going to draw a line from the bottom to the top while keeping the sun's angle as my reference. Remember, black means hide, white means show, which should explain this effect. Let's also find a blending mode which will make our shadow blend in with the grass. Overlay looks the best to me, so I'm going to select that. Finally, let's play around with the density of the mask and the opacity of the layer to find the perfect amount of shadow that looks right to you. Now let's look at the image with and without shadow. And it looks good to me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Until next time.